Okay. Okay, welcome to all. I'm Sunita Fadkule, Professor in Mechanical Engineering at JSPM, Jaivantrao Sawant College of Engineering, Hadapsar, Pune. So today is our video lecture number 20. So today we are going to solve problems. So what is the learning outcome? Who has joined? Rudresh Shirpurkar. Okay, so today's learning outcome is you will be able to solve problems on force vibration due to three categories. Which are those three categories? Force vibration due to external excitation, force vibration due to unbalanced mass, and force vibration due to base excitation. Okay. Already in the earlier lecture, we have solved few problems, three problems on external excitation and few on unbalanced mass. So problem number 1. See, simultaneously we will write down the given data. When I read the problem, immediately we will see the given data also. So that will save our time. The body of a 600 kg vehicle is connected to the wheels through a suspension system that is modeled as a spring of stiffness 5 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per meter, parallel with a viscous damper of damping coefficient 3000 Newton second per meter. So what is given? See, mass of the body is given. So M is equal to 600 kg. Who has joined? Aishwarya Katke. Okay, so M is given 600 kg. Okay, then see, this is the K, spring stiffness. K is given 5 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per meter. And then this is damping coefficient C. That is 3000 Newton second per meter. Understood? Next, the wheels are assumed to be rigid and follow the road contour, which is approximated as a sine wave of amplitude 0.01 meter and wavelength of 20 meter. See, the road is there. You can imagine the speed breaker like this. Okay. So, speed breaker is nothing but the sine wave. What is the amplitude? What they have mentioned, wave of amplitude, sine wave of amplitude 0.01 meter. That means the distance from crest up to the mean position is 0.01 meter. Who had joined? Shubham Ingre. My God. Ganesh Kure. Okay, so this is the distance between crest and mean position, that is 0.01 meter, that is the amplitude. Okay, and wavelength means distance between the two crests, lambda, you know, so that is 20 meter. So here we have written, okay, y is equal to 0.01 meter and lambda is equal to 20 meter. Now why y is there? See, this is the problem of, first you have to, who has joined? Purva. First, always I told you that you have to identify the problem is of which category, whether it is force vibration due to external excitation, force vibration due to unbalanced mass, or force vibration due to support excitation. Okay. Now, as I told you, the example of vehicle, it is always the problem of support excitation because your wheels are also vibrating and wheels will pass on the vibrations to the car body. Okay. So this is the problem of force vibration due to support excitation. Your support is also vibrating. Okay. Then next is, so that's why here there are three parameters. Now you have studied all the formulae. What are the three amplitudes here? Capital X is the amplitude of vibration of mass or car or body. Capital Y is the amplitude of vibration of support. And capital D is relative amplitude. Okay. So here now 0.01 meter, what will you call? It is amplitude. So whether it is capital X, capital Y or capital D, which will decide? See here, the wording is follow the road contour, which is approximated as the sine wave of amplitude 0.01 meter. So road is like a sine wave. Okay. So road wheels are passing through this one. So wheels are in touch with the road. That's why wheels are having the amplitude of 0.01 meter. That's why y is equal to 0.01 meter. Understood? Okay. What is next given? If a vehicle travels at a constant speed of 60 km per hour. Okay. what is the amplitude of the vehicle and what is the critical speed of vehicle. So see, V is given. V means speed of the vehicle. It is given 60 km per hour. Okay, that we have converted into meter per second. So multiplied by 10,000 divided by 3600 hour to second, kilometer to meter. So 16.66 meter per second. Okay. Now what is asked? You have to always write down in notation. What is asked? What is the amplitude of vehicle? Amplitude of vehicle means amplitude of mass, that is capital X question mark. And what is the critical speed of vehicle? Critical speed means, this concept we are going to study later on, but critical speed means it is at resonance. That means at resonance, when omega is equal to omega n, what will be the critical speed of the vehicle? Okay, so let us go one by one. What we are supposed to find out? Amplitude of vehicle. Okay, as this is the third case, what is the formula for amplitude of vehicle? See here. Okay, this is the formula for amplitude ratio. It is nothing but the motion transmissibility. You can say x upon y is equal to square root of 1 plus 2 zeta omega upon omega n square upon 1 minus omega upon omega n square full bracket square plus 2 zeta omega upon omega n square. Henceforth, this root which is common to every equation, I will not read the whole terms. Okay, I will just say the square root of whole things. Okay, so now see, other things are given to you. You want to find out capital X, correct? That is the amplitude of body, a car body. Okay, so x upon y is equal to this one. Now let us see one by one whether y is given to you. Yes, y is directly given to you, 0.01 meter. What about omega n? See here, we have found, I told you that in the formula that you will need this formula. Okay, because here omega can be found out from this formula. We need to zeta also we need to find out, omega also we need to find out, omega n also we need to find out. Then and then only we can find out capital X. Okay, how to find out zeta? See, C upon Cc. So C upon Cc is 2m omega n. M is given 600 kg. Omega n you have to find out. Okay, how will you find out omega n? See here, simply square root of k upon m. K is given, m is given, so omega n is 28.86 radian per second. Okay, now how to find out omega? Okay, from this velocity. For that purpose, I told you that time only in the formula that this is the formula. Okay, from which you can find out omega here. Okay, so omega 2 pi upon omega is equal to lambda upon v. It is simple formula of time period. Time period Tp is equal to displacement upon velocity. It is for rotary, for translational, displacement upon velocity. Okay, so 2 pi upon omega is equal to lambda upon v. Okay, 2 pi is constant, omega we want to find out, lambda is given, v is given. See this v. Okay, 60 km per hour. So this v we have to just convert into omega by this formula, nothing else. Means kilometer per hour or meter per second, we want to convert into radian per second. This is the formula, nothing else. Understood? So from this formula we found out omega. Now see, everything is known to you. Zeta we have found out, omega and we have found out, omega we found out. Now y is given, find out x. Just we have put the values here. Okay, now I want to find out x, that's why y we have taken on this side. So y is equal to 0.01 square root of 1 plus 2. Zeta is 0.086. Omega upon omega is 0.23 upon 28.86 bracket square. Then we put the value here and we got x is equal to 0.01 meter. This is the answer. This is the amplitude of car. Car will vibrate with the amplitude this one. Okay, but your wheels are having the amplitude 0.01. So it is almost same. Means if we get our answer say up to 4-5 decimal, it may be here 0.0123, it may be here 0.0145, etc. Okay, so almost it is almost same. Okay, now second thing is ask critical speed of wheel. What I told you, critical speed means it is the speed at resonance. Okay, so the same formula we can use, this one. This one. Only thing is if we want to find out V critical, it will happen at omega is equal to omega n. So this formula has been converted into 2 pi upon omega n is equal to lambda upon VCR, critical velocity. Okay. So here the same formula is written. Tp is equal to 2 pi upon omega n is equal to lambda upon VCR. We want to find out this critical velocity. Okay, nothing else. Here reverse thing we are doing. We know omega n we are converting into VCR with this formula, nothing else. Linear velocity is converted into rotational velocity, or here rotational velocity is converted into linear velocity. Okay, so 2 pi upon this omega n already we have found out 28.86 is equal to lambda is 20 meter upon VCR. So VCR is equal to 91.86 meter per second. Okay. Usually vehicle speed, we always speak in terms of kilometer per hour. So convert it into kilometer per hour by multiplying 3600 and divided by 1000. So this will give you 330.71 kilometer per hour. Understood? So understood problem 1. Any difficulty, please put in the chat box if you want to ask anything, if you didn't understand anything. Otherwise, we will go to problem number 2. Okay. Okay, we'll go to problem number 2. 1 second. हॅलो, गुड मॉर्निंग सर. माझं लेक्चर चालू आहे, लाईव्ह लेक्चर. हो, चालू झालंय. काही सांग, म्हणजे जायचंय का मी कॉलेजला? हा, बरं बरं, ठीक आहे ठीक आहे. मी किती वाजता जाऊ तेवढं सांगा. हा, चालेल चालेल. नाही, मी 12 पर्यंत कॉलेजला जाते. ओके, ठीक आहे. ठेवू मग? येस येस, जाते जाते. येस येस, ओके ओके ओके. 12 जाते. नाही नाही, उद्या जाते मी, डोंट वरी, मी उद्या जाते. ओके, बाय. Okay, so second problem now. Vehicle has a mass of 500 kg and a total spring constant of its suspension system is 19600 Newton per meter. Okay, so what is given? See here. M is equal to 500 kg, K is equal to 19,600 Newton per meter spring stiffness. Next, the profile of the road may be approximated as a sine wave of amplitude 10 mm and wavelength of 1.5 meter. So what is given? Again, I told you, sine wave amplitude means it is always y. Okay. So y is equal to 10 mm, lambda is equal to 1.5 meter. Determine critical speed of the vehicle. Means what? VCR at resonance. Okay. Second is, we have to determine amplitude of steady state motion of mass. Steady state motion of mass means what is the notation for amplitude of steady state mass? Capital X. At what condition you have to determine? First, when driven at critical speed and without damping, means zeta 0 and it is at omega n, that is resonant. Okay. Then second is amplitude at when driven at critical speed and damping factor 0.5, means you have provided damping. And third is when driven at 50 km per hour and damping factor is 0.4. Okay. So what we have to determine? See, I have written in notation VCR, critical velocity. Okay. We have to find out. Then X VCR means amplitude at critical velocity without providing no damping. ND for no damping. Okay. Then second thing, amplitude of vehicle at critical speed when damping is 0.5, damping factor. Okay. And the third thing, amplitude at 50 km per hour, not at critical, at 50 km per hour when damping factor is 0.4. Okay. These 4 things we have to find out. Okay. So let us find out omega n, square root of K upon M. K is given, M is given. Simply find out omega n, 6.26 radian per second. Okay. Now, I want to find out VCR, no? You have to just convert this omega n into VCR with the help of this formula, nothing else. Tp is equal to 2 pi omega n is equal to lambda upon VCR. Okay, 2 pi upon omega n. Okay, is equal to omega n. We have found out 6.261. Lambda is given. VCR, you have to find out. So find out VCR. That is 1.4947 meter per second. Convert into kilometer per hour, multiplying by 3600 and dividing by 1000. It will give you critical velocity 5.38 kilometer per hour. Understood? First thing, very simple. Now second thing, amplitude of steady state motion. You know, this is the formula of, what is the formula? Of absolute motion. You know, there are two types of motion. Who has joined? Aniket Chingan. Okay. So this is the same formula we are using problem number 1. It is the formula for absolute motion, amplitude of mass in case of absolute motion, or it is also the formula of motion transmissibility when you take y on this side. Okay, now as we want to find out x, y we have taken on this side. Okay, so what are the values now here? See, omega n already we have found out. Correct? It is 6 point whatever that 6.2 no, this one omega n is 6.26. Okay, what is omega? See, it is a critical speed, means omega is equal to omega n. So here omega upon omega n is equal to 1. So 1 minus 1 0. This term will be 0. This will be, it is 1. So 2 zeta, square root of 2 zeta square means it is simply 2 zeta. But without damping, no damping is there. So this term is also 0. So this is 1 plus 0, 1. And this term is 0. Okay, because not 0, zeta is equal to 0. So this is 1. Okay, so it is 1 upon, sorry, this is 1 minus 1, 0. So 0 plus 0. So this is 1 upon 0. Correct? What is 1 upon 0? It is infinity. So when you don't provide, and in your whatever that curves are also we have seen, this is the curve that at resonant with no damping amplitude is infinity. Same has been proved here. When omega upon omega n is equal to 1, that is at resonant condition. When you don't provide any damping, that is zeta is equal to 0, your amplitude must be infinity, and this is coming 1 upon 0, infinity. Okay. Now, second thing, you have to find out x at critical speed only, but now you are providing damping. How much? Damping factor is 0.5. So same formula is there. Okay, but critical speed means this is 1 minus 1, 0. Okay, so the formula will reduce to x is equal to y square root of 1 plus 2 zeta omega upon omega n square, because omega upon omega is 1 upon 2 zeta. Now you know the value of zeta directly given 0.5. Put here value of zeta. Okay, you will get amplitude of vibration of car or vehicle at critical speed at damping factor 0.5. Okay, now it is coming as 14.142 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter. That means 0.014 meter. That means 14 mm, 14 mm. Okay, this is the, so here it was infinity. See why damping is necessary when your vehicle is running at say critical speed. Okay, see here amplitude is infinity, but you have reduced amplitude to this one now by providing damping. Understood? Now the third thing we want to find out, x at this one, when your vehicle drives at 50 km/h and damping factor is 0.4. So zeta is equal to 0.4, v is equal to 50 km/h. Okay, so you want to find out omega, because see now here you have to put the value. Same formula is there. Okay, y will remain same, omega n will remain same, zeta is given. Now how to find out omega? From this v. This v has to convert into omega. How will you convert? By using this formula. 2 pi upon omega is equal to lambda upon v. So 2 pi upon omega is equal to lambda is 1.5, v is 13.88. You have converted this 50 km/h into meter per second. Understood? So omega is 58.17. So like this, you found out amplitude at 50 km/h at damping factor 0.4. This is 8.68 10 raised to minus 4. Okay. So this amplitude is still, what is it? If you compare these two amplitudes, see here amplitude 14.14 mm. Here it is 8.68 mm. Why it has been reduced? Why? Because this is not at resonance. It is 50 km/h. But this amplitude is at resonance, and you have seen from the curve that at resonance amplitude is always highest. So at resonance amplitude is 14.142, and at 50 km/h, that means the speed away from the resonance, It is simply 8.68. So your amplitude of vibration of car body has reduced from 14.14 to 8.68 mm. Sorry, 0.86 mm. Okay, understood? Okay. Now the next problem. Here it should be -3. Actually, by mistake I have written -4. So now problem 3. A refrigerator. Acha, any doubt is there in this one? Please ask in chat box. I will wait for 30 seconds. Have you understood this problem? Put in the chat box. If any doubt is there, please ask. Okay. Now, next problem. Problem number 3. A refrigerator weighing 30 kg is to be supported by 3 springs, each having stiffness of K Newton per meter. So what is given? M is given 30 kg. K is given not. K we want to find out. So K question mark. Okay, but there are 3 springs. So K equivalent is equal to 3K. Understood? Because all springs are we provide in parallel only. So equivalent stiffness KE is equal to 3K. But basically we want to find out how much is the stiffness of one spring. Okay. Next, if the unit operates at 580 RPM, okay, that means your compressor, if it is running at 580 RPM, find K. Okay. If only 10% of the shaking force is to be transmitted to the supporting structure, neglect damping. Okay, neglect damping means zeta is equal to 0. I forgot to write down here. Zeta is equal to 0. And now your 580 RPM is the operating speed of the refrigerator, that is compressor. So immediately you can find out omega. This is your operating speed. Omega is equal to 2 pi n upon 60. Okay, is equal to 60.74 radian per second. Now, can you tell me this is the problem of which category? Is it the problem of force vibration due to external excitation? No. Force vibration due to unbalanced force? No. Force vibration due to base excitation. Okay, in which transmissibility is there. Okay, it actually base is also not vibrating here, but this is the problem on transmissibility. I told you the 4th category. Problem may be on transmissibility, wherein force may be external force, unbalanced force, or your support is vibrating. Okay, so this is the problem on transmissibility. So this is omega we have found out, 60.74 radian per second. Okay, now what is the formula for transmissibility? Okay, actually this is the if truly speaking, this is 3rd case, because transmissibility it is x upon y, motion transmissibility. FTR upon FO is the force transmissibility, and you know the formula is same. Okay, so transmissibility is equal to FTR upon FO is equal to, this is the formula. Same formula, see, square root of 1 plus 2 zeta omega upon omega square upon the whole square root. Okay, now here zeta is equal to 0, so this will become 0. This is a 0, so it is 1 plus square root of square. It will be removed, so it will be simply transmissibility is equal to 1 upon 1 minus omega upon omega square. But see this, what is the notation of this? Do you understand? What is this notation? This is the notation of mod. Mod of this value. This value can never be negative. So even if it is coming negative, you have to take it positive. That's why we have written it in the mod of 1 minus omega upon omega square. Okay. So transmissibility is 1 upon mod of 1 minus omega and omega square. Okay. So actually, so it is coming, it may come negative. So that's why we have, when we want positive, no. If see 3 minus 5 is coming negative, you make 5 minus 3. Like this here, we have written omega upon omega square minus 1. Okay. That is just imagination. You can't miss if it is, you have to imagine. If it is negative, you have to take mod. Okay. So how much transmissibility is given? See here. Transmissibility 10%. I will again read. If only 10% of shaking force is to be transmitted to the supporting structure, 10%, that means FTR upon FO is 10%, that is 0.1. So TR is 0.1. So put here value 0.1, transmissibility is equal to 1 upon the 60.74 already we have calculated here, the operating speed. Okay, we want to find out omega n, this minus 1. So omega n square is equal to 330. Who has joined? Mayur Baviskar. Okay, so we got omega n. Okay, omega n square is equal to 335.59. And now basically we want to find out k from omega n. So what is the formula? Omega n is equal to square root of k equivalent upon m, because there are 3 springs. So what is k equivalent? 3k. So find out k. K is coming 3352.56 Newton per meter. Understood the problem? Very simple problem is there, which is on practical application, that is refrigerator. Okay, any doubt, please put in the chat box. I will wait for 30 seconds. Any doubt, please ask. You can unmute your mic and you can ask the doubt. Have you understood the problem? See, problems are very easy, but it needs practice. It needs to understand the every sentence is given, what is given in the problem. Okay. Now let us move to third problem, fourth problem. Okay, fourth problem. A machine of mass 60 kg is placed on 4 springs. So what is given? See here. M is given 60 kg. Okay. And 4 means K equivalent is equal to K is equal to 4K. Then the mass of the reciprocating parts of machine is 3 kg, which moves with a stroke of 100 mm. Okay, now see here, this machine is a combination of reciprocating mass is also there, and rotary mass is also there. Okay, such type of problem you are going to solve in unit number 4 also, that is unbalanced. Basically, you are going to study 2 things in unit number 4. How to remove unbalance of rotary masses and how to remove unbalance of reciprocating masses, and how to remove whenever there is a combined unbalance. Okay, so this machine which is having the reciprocating parts, reciprocating parts mass means it is a unbalanced mass. Okay, so the mass of reciprocating parts of machine is 3 kg. That means MO is equal to 3 kg. And if it would have been rotary also would have been given, that you would have added. Okay, so now rotary, they have totally mentioned that rotary, the mass of the reciprocating parts of the machine is 3 kg, which moves with a stroke of 100 mm. So what is the stroke of 100 mm means? What we will find out from stroke? Who had joined? Swaraj Kale. Okay, so what is the relation between stroke and this one? Here I have written. Okay, E. Eccentricity is stroke divided by 2. Okay, so because it's a length of the radius of the crank basically. Okay, and radius of the crank is half of the stroke. So stroke is 100 mm. So eccentricity is 50 mm. Okay, that is 0.05 meter. The damping, where is this one? With a stroke of 100 mm. The speed of the crank is 800 mm. That is operating speed is given. Okay, so N is equal to 800 mm. Immediately you find out omega, operating speed in terms of radian per second. So omega is equal to 2 pi n upon 60, 83.77 radian per second. Okay. The damping is introduced in the system to reduce the amplitudes of successive vibration by 20%. This is the case of unit number 1. Damping means damping is provided. Instead of directly given zeta, they have mentioned amplitude reduction. From amplitude reduction, you find out C. From C, you find out zeta, and from zeta, we can find out the amplitude. Understood? So again, I will read. The damping is introduced in the system to reduce the amplitudes of successive vibration by 20%. If you remember the formula, x1 upon x2, what, how much is given? 1 upon 0.8 means if x1 is, suppose x1, 20% reduction means what? Next amplitude in the next cycle will be 80% will remain. Okay, so here if it is x1, here it will be x1 minus 0.2 x1, that is 0.8 x1. So x1 will be cancel out. So what is the ratio? X1 upon x2 is equal to 1 upon 0.8. Understood now how this has come? Okay, there is a 20% reduction in successive amplitude. Means suppose x1 is say 100 mm, x2 will be 20% reduction. Means 20 mm will be reduced, so 80 will be remaining. So 100 upon 80, like that, 1 upon 0.8. Understood? So x1 upon x2 is 1 upon 0.8. determine stiffness of each spring, that is K we have to determine. If the damper is removed, means zeta 0, and the force transmitted to the foundation is 1/10 of the impressed force. See, this is very important. The force transmitted to the foundation is 1/10 of the impressed force. How will you write down? Transmissibility is equal to FTR upon FO is equal to 1 upon 10th. Okay, 1/10. Transmissibility is 1/10. Understood? So for this condition, you have to find out how much will be the stiffness of the spring. Secondly, you want to find out, determine force transmitted to the foundation at 800 RPM. Okay, here we have considered that at 800 RPM is the speed of the machine. So how much force is transmitted means what we want to find out? FTR. See, here transmissibility is given. We can find out FTR. So FTR at 800 RPM question mark. Okay. Then thirdly, we want to find out, determine force transmitted to the foundation at resonance. At resonance means omega upon omega n is equal to 1. So we also want to find out FTR at resonance is equal to question mark. Understood? Okay. So let us find out first thing, stiffness of the spring. How will you find out stiffness of the spring? Very simple formula. Omega n is equal to square root of K upon M. See here. Omega n is equal to square root of K upon M. But here there are 4 springs. So formula is K equivalent upon M. What is K equivalent? 4K upon M. Now M is directly given, 60 kg it is given. So I want to find out omega n. If I find out omega n, I can get K. So how to find out omega n now? What do you know? What is given? Transmissibility is given. See, this is the transmissibility. From this transmissibility, we have to find out omega. And what are the conditions? They have mentioned damping is not provided, so zeta is equal to 0. So this term is 0. Okay, this term is 0. So it is simply 1 upon square root of 1 up minus omega upon omega n square. Transmissibility is equal to. How much is the transmissibility? It is given 1 upon 10 is equal to. Now again, as I told you, here it should be mod of this one. I have highlighted it. It is always positive. So 1 minus omega upon omega n square. Okay, so as it is negative, we have taken omega upon omega square minus 1. Now omega already you have found out. 83.77. See here, operating speed of the machinery, omega. Okay, so as we know transmissibility, we can find out omega n. So how much is omega n? 25.25 radian per second. From omega n, we found out K. That is 9,596.19 Newton per meter. Understood? This is the, I am always following the reverse engineering so that you can understand the problem. Understood? Now we want to find out how much force is transmitted to the foundation when your machine is running at 800 RPM. So simply this formula we have to use. See here. FTR upon FO is equal to this one. Now you want to find out FTR. Okay, zeta, we want to find out. Omega n already we have found out. Omega also we have found out. So what we want to find out now? FO and zeta by given thing. Okay, if these two find out, you can find out FTR. So how to find out FO? See, FO is equal to MOE omega square. This is due to unbalanced force because unbalanced mass is given. That's why here transmissibility is taking place due to unbalanced force. I told you transmissibility is for all 3 cases. Transmitted for means external, it may be external vibrations may be due to external force, vibration may be due to unbalanced force, vibration may be due to support excitation. Now here transmissibility is, that means vibrations are due to unbalanced force. They are directly given, unbalanced mass is this one. So how much is extra this force? FO is equal to MO E omega square. MO, unbalanced mass is given 3 kg, E is given eccentricity 0.05. Omega we have already calculated 83.77, 800 RPM. Okay, whatever. So FO is equal to 1052.61. We got FO. Now to find out zeta. How will you find out zeta? Go to unit number 1. What is given? You know this formula of delta. Logarithmic decrement is given as 1 upon n log base to e, x1 upon x n plus 1. Okay. Now here n is equal to 1 because they have given that the successive amplitude reduction is 1/8. Okay. So 1 upon 1 is equal to 1 upon delta is equal to 1 upon 1 log base to e x1 upon what is xn plus 1, that is x1 upon x2. How much is x2? 0.8 x1, that is 1 upon 0.8. Already we have written here. I have elaborated there. X1 upon x2 is 1.1 upon 0.8. Directly you can put the value here in delta. So delta is equal to 1 upon log base to e 1 upon 0.8. Okay. So that will give you delta logarithmic decrement 0.2231. From delta you find out zeta. You know this formula. Delta is equal to 2 pi zeta upon square root of 1 minus zeta square. So from delta find out zeta. Zeta is now 0.035. Okay. So force transmitted at 800 rpm and at zeta is equal to 0.035 is found out from this formula. FTR upon FO is equal to this one. So FO we have already found out 1052.61. Omega and everything is known to us. Zeta is known to us. Find out FTR. So FTR is only unknown. FTR at 800 rpm is found out as 23.85 Newton. This much force is transmitted. How much is the impressed force? See here. Unbalanced force is 1052.61. This is the unbalanced force. Out of this unbalanced force, 23.85 Newton, this force is transmitted to the foundation. Understood? Now, next you want to find out how much force is transmitted at resonance. Okay, at resonance means, see here, how much is the force? Unbalanced force at resonance, you know it is very high. So, MOE omega n square. Simply this omega is replaced by omega n. So, FO is equal to MOE omega n square at resonance. So, FO is equal to MOE omega n square. MO is 3 kg, E is 0.05. What is omega n? We have already found out 25.25 bracket square, that is 95.63. See the magnitude here. It is 1052.61 Newton, but here it is 9563, I think. 1053. It is 25 point this one. Okay, so this force, okay, this force is less at this one, but transmitted force will be, let us see how much it is. So transmissibility is equal to FTR upon FO is equal to square root of this one. Okay, so at resonance, that is 1 upon omega n is equal to 1. See, even if external force is this one, transmitted force will be greater at resonance. So if at resonance, FTR upon FO is equal to this formula at resonance, that is omega upon omega is equal to 1. Okay, put the value omega upon omega n is equal to 1 and zeta is equal to whatever we have found out, how much you get force transmitted at resonance. See the magnitude 1369.48 Newton at resonant. And how much is the force transmitted at 800 rpm speed? 23.85. So don't confuse. See, FO is external. FO is the unbalanced force. Unbalanced force may be lesser, greater. That depends on how much is omega. You know, this unbalanced force is dependent completely on omega. Because MO is constant, E is constant. And as I already told, what is the difference between first case and second case? In the first case, that is force vibration due to external excitation, this FO is constant, whatever may be the speed. And in second case, that is force vibration due to unbalanced mass, FO is dependent on omega n. Omega. As omega changes, FO changes. Now here this FO is, as your omega was higher, 83.77, your unbalanced force was higher. Okay, unbalanced force was higher, 105.52 Newton. But out of this one, how much is transmitted? Only 23.85. Okay, because it is not resonant condition. But at resonant condition, your FO might be very small, say 95 Newton only. But out of 95 Newton, FO is external, but transmitted force is 1369.48 Newton. Means this is the combined force of spring and damping. Don't compare that. This is less and this is this is there. I told you there are 4 forces: spring force, damping force, external force or unbalanced force, and inertia force. So which force is transmitted? Not this FO. So this is nothing to do with FO, that out of FO only this one. The transmitted force is only the vector addition of spring force and damping force. Okay. So the vector addition of at resonant, it is highest 1369.48 Newton. But vector addition of spring force and damping force is hardly 23.85 Newton at 800 RPM. Understood? Okay. So this is the problem number 4. Any doubt, please ask. I will wait for 30 seconds. There might be doubt here now. You are listening to me. Only 15 students. 2-3 people have left or what? Any doubt? Tushar, Shubham, Anshul, Kirtiraj. Once again. So shall I explain once again, Shubham? You mean to say? Okay, I will explain. Yeah, this is somewhat very nice problem. This is, I like this problem. Okay. Let me explain this problem. Anyway, next problem is the last only. So we have time. Okay, so this problem again, see, I will read the problem. A problem, reading problem